when you watch this video, please take off your rose tinted glasses, take off all the soft corners and everything, and just watch it from the point of view of doing right by yourself. All right. Hi everyone, congratulations if you found this video, because your life is about to get changed, at least in the relationships aspect, because we are gonna get some crystal clear clarity today on whether to enter a new relationship, stay in the one that you're already in, or commit to a one that you're kind of doubtful about. Alright, so let's begin. I am Kavya Tiwari and today I'm doing a solo podcast. This channel used to be a podcast channel with my sister, but since she is keeping busy, I think that I should go ahead and offer you guys all the value that I have to give. So let's begin. So I am pretty sure that this year either you or someone you know has gone through a breakup, because it just was that kind of year, you know. Even if not, we all go through something or have gone through something maybe years ago also. But when it comes to relationships, the pain, the hurt kind of lasts longer than we expected to, and then we're not really sure if we should invest in another relationship, and we're not really sure, we're scared of being hurt again. It happens to everyone, it's very normal. I do understand where you are, you know, what you must be feeling right now. I did some introspection, I did some inner work, I read a few books, and then I finally figured out 8 questions, literally 8 questions you need to ask yourself before entering another relationship. Or even if you already are in one, I think you should consider asking yourself these questions to get more clarity. So let's begin. Alright, so I've kept the setup very informal. I'm just literally sitting on the floor here with my coffee that you must have seen in a mini vlog series that I've started, Coffee with Kavya, in which I made this coffee and I was talking about what is going on in my head and everything. Now, without wasting any more time, let's go. Now, we'll go from the basic ones to deep ones. So the first question is, do you like their personality? Now you must be thinking, Ki Kavya, of course, you know, of course we like their personality. That's why we're even thinking of being in a relationship with them or whatever. But let me tell you, it sounds so simple, and once you are like, reflecting to your past relationship or something, you're like, bro, this was so basic, you know. Alright. By personality, I do not mean, sometimes people confuse that personality means, you know, just how they are, how they look and how they talk and everything. No, they might be different with you, and they might be different with your friends or family, or they might be different with just unknown strangers or waiters or anyone like that, you know, that people that they don't know, you know. Personality includes overall, do you like their personality? Do you like how they behave in each and every situation of life? Are you comfortable with it? Or do you feel a bit taken aback? Do you feel a bit embarrassed? Do you feel like, you know, do you get a little angry that why did you behave that way? So really get crystal clear upon the first question, do you like their personality, which includes all of these factors. Alright. The second question is, do you respect their values? Again, might sound very basic, but it is not. Really think about the times when they have shown their principles or their values, you know, in different set of situations and circumstances, people, and you're like, you know, that they're nice to me, they treat me well, they love me, but I wish that they behaved a certain way, they were not like this, or I didn't like the way they behave with my friends or family, or the way they behave around situations related to their career or money or whatever. Because if you cannot respect their values, I don't think that there is any alignment of any sort, you know. So really get crystal clear upon, do you really respect their values? And the next question is, would you help them achieve their goal? If sometimes everything can be great, while this is usually related to the second point, but you can be like, they love me, they treat me well, they respect me, they, you know, they do all the good relationship stuff, but their goals don't really fascinate you, or they don't really, you know, feel like something that is in alignment with you. Now you must, what happens is, in relationships you tend to ignore these things, thinking that when they're nice to me and when the relationship is good, how does it matter what they are doing in their personal lives? You know, maybe they're achieving some other goal, but how does it matter to me? It really does matter, because ultimately you are going to be part of their life, their world. Do you really want to be part of their world where they're chasing the goals that don't feel aligned with you at all? And that will reflect their values, their personality, everything. So I think really think about these questions. I would suggest you writing down these questions, maybe noting, taking notes of them on the notes app or whatever, because you can always refer back to these questions or this video whenever needed. If a person does not get a tick mark in all of these 3 questions, they're a sure shot no. They are, you know. So you don't have to waste your energy and time, invest in something, and then later realize, oh my god, I simply did not like their personality. That was the fucking reason, you know. So I don't want you to feel that way after investing a lot of time in a relationship. Okay, so the next set of questions is about trust. Do you trust them physically? Like, do you feel safe and secure in their physical presence? You know, energy never lies. Energy never lies. And girls especially, never ditch your intuition. It is always correct. Do you feel safe in their presence? You know, it's very important. And mostly people do, but sometimes I've seen people being in toxic relationships where they are being their partners are being abusive with them, and they're tolerating it in the name of love. Let me tell you, love is the most misunderstood emotion in this world. That is what I have understood personally. It is beyond what most people comprehend. So I would just like to say that don't give that bullshit the name of love. Alright, so the first question was, do you trust them physically? If yes, great. Second is, do you trust them mentally? Again, it is so important. It might sound basic, but it just blows my mind how these basic things in the end will become your reasons to separate your paths. You know, do you trust them mentally? What I mean when I say this is, do you trust how they think, how they make decisions? Do you trust their ideas? And this is about all areas of life. You know, their career, how do they think? Do they think that shortcuts are the easy way out always, and are they always trying to, you know, find someone else do the work for them or stuff like that? I'm just giving random examples here. Maybe some might just hit you home, but when you introspect, you'll find your own answers. Do you trust their ideas? You know, sometimes you just can't, but you don't really think about it because nobody's telling you to think about these things. You know, you are in a relationship, and when that feeling takes over, your brain just stops working. And this is not like literally your brain stops working, but yes, the hormones are such, and this is scientific, the hormones are such that your brain actually eliminates all the negatives. And that's why you're stuck for years in a relationship, and then you're like, bro, I saw these signs from the beginning, what was I doing? So it happens, but that's why I've made this video, so that you don't do it. At least जो भी ये देख रहा है, एक दो तीन जन जो भी देख के जिसकी भी लाइफ इससे सुधर जाती है, my work is done. So do you trust their decision making? Like, the most important question here to ask yourself is, if I say that they have to make an important life decision for you without you being present there, would you trust them? Would you trust them? I mean, you should get your answer here. And do you trust them emotionally? Again, very, very important. And again, it talks about your values. You know, how are they, like, one of the most major things that I've understood is emotional intelligence is very, very important. It is very, very important. And do you trust them emotionally? Can you tell them whatever you want to, whatever you're feeling, whatever you want to say, and you feel safe and secure that, you know, this is a safe space and they're not going to judge, they're not going to backbite me, they're not going to tell their friends and stuff like that. Again, all of these are random examples, but I'm trying to cater to a larger audience here so that everyone gets something or they can relate to something. But yeah, I think introspect, maybe pause, maybe you can pause the video here, introspect and think, can you trust them emotionally? You know, and it's not just about this, that आप अपनी बातें बताओगे तो क्या वो बातें किसी और को बताएंगे या नहीं. It's not just like that, but with everyone around you, not just you. Sometimes they can treat you like the best person in the world, but it could be very selective, and they're not really emotionally intelligent. They don't know how to behave in circumstances when things are vulnerable, or they really need emotional intelligence. You know, they don't know how to behave around girls, for example. They know how to respect you, how to treat you, but when it comes to other girls, they're like, yeah, they're making jokes, they're using sarcasm and stuff like that. So are they emotionally intelligent, and do you trust them emotionally? So these were the 6 questions. Now I have last 2 questions. If they take all of this, you know, you like their personality, you respect their values, you will help them achieve their goals because you feel there's an alignment there, you trust them in all ways. Now, someone can be the right person, but maybe not the right person for you. So the next question that you really need to ask yourself is, and some people might say that I'm speaking too loud, but see, I don't have a script for it. I do have questions written down, of course, but I don't have a script for it. And when I speak in a flow state, I'm usually a bit, so I'm sorry, try to keep up with it. Now, you really need to ask this question. That's a deep question. I've not had a sip of my coffee. Let me just have that. Does this relationship feel good to you, or does it feel nourishing to you? Again, mind-blowing question, because, oh my God, does it feel good to you, or does it feel nourishing to you? Good and nourishing, they're two different things. And when you really, really understand, you know, it might feel good to you because they're nice to you, you like them, you're vibing with them, you're talking to them, you're meeting them, having fun and stuff like that. You can trust them, you can tell them everything, they're like your human diary and everything. So it feels good. Of course, everybody feels good to be loved and to be cared for and stuff. But is it feeling nourishing to you? Physical reality versus your spiritual reality, you know, spiritual existence. Is it surface level, or is it soul nourishing? You know, do you feel that soul alignment with them? Do you feel like your world is being taken care of in their presence? You can just, you know, you just feel this sense of joy and happiness internally. You don't have to prove it to anyone, you don't have to show it to anyone, you don't need anyone else's validation. You feel so whole and complete and joyful. So does it feel good, or does it really feel nourishing? All right, we're coming to the end of the video. The last question is, I've tried to keep it really to the point, because the rest of the work is up to you. You have to do all the inner work now. But the last question is, in your relationship, are there 3 relationships? And let me explain to you what I mean by that. In your relationship, ideally, it is said that even in our scriptures, purpose is given really, really importance, your life's purpose. So, what I want you to ask yourself is, in your relationships, are there 3 relationships? Your relationship with your purpose, his relationship with his purpose, and your relationship with your partner. Because if your partner is like everything, you feel great, they give you all the attention, they're secure, everything is great, but they are solely focused on you, or maybe you are solely focused on them, and you have made them your whole world, then where is your individual identity? Where is your purpose? You came in this, you got this life, you came on this earth for a reason. So where is your purpose? If your partner makes you forget your own purpose and you're fully about them or they're fully about you, that's not healthy either. So you really, really need to ask your question. And if not, you gotta find your purpose. You gotta find your calling. Because, everything can be sustained in life, and everything can take a positive turn for you when your relationship with your own self is safe and secure. If not, then everything goes for a toss, and your relationship with yourself becomes complete only with you identifying and going after your purpose, experiencing it, living it every single day. So yes, these were, I think, the 8 questions of love that I feel are super, super crucial and important, that you really need to ask yourself if you are aiming for a wholesome, secure and fulfilling relationship. If you are here for the surface level thing, surface level shit, then I'm sure you must not be watching till here. But if you are, then I'm glad, congratulations, you completed this video. If you have a relationship like them, like that, like the questions, everything, the answers were positive to it, I'm really happy for you. If not, you know better now, so do better. And Yash, you can show me your gratitude, because everything that I'm talking about is from my life experiences, from my knowledge that I've gained from books or different content pieces or something. So it's everything that I've personally curated for you. It's not chat GPT based, it's not something that I've just picked from somewhere or someone and I've just blabbered it out here. So you can show me your gratitude by subscribing to my channel, liking my video and sharing to someone who might need it, who might need this reality check, or they're just feeling so down that they really want to hear this, and if they're broken with that person and they get the answers in negatives, they'll be super happy. So you can share this video with them. I'll see you in the next one. Whatever video you want to see, you can comment. And yeah, bye bye, take care.